Hi, this is Don McAllister and welcome to another edition of Screencasts Online. In this tip video, I'm going to take a look at a new feature in macOS Ventura that's had a bit of a mixed reaction, and that's Stage Manager. Stage Manager is also available for iPad OS 16, but to be honest, I've not really found a huge use for it on the iPad, so in this tip video, I'll be focusing on the Mac. Stage Manager is a new paradigm on how you manage application windows. And I have to say, initially, I really didn't like it, and I found that I was sort of fighting it all the time. Now, if you're someone like me who has multiple applications open all of the time, Stage Manager will give you a way to cut down the clutter and to focus more on single apps or groups of apps automatically. So let's start by switching on Stage Manager. Now, there's several different ways you can do this. You can either go to System Settings, and then down to Desktop and Dock. And then under Desktop and Dock, if we go down, here we go, Stage Manager, you can switch it on from here. We'll say turn on. And we also have some customization. So I'm going to leave recent applications switched on, and I'm going to have any desktop items switched off. This just means that any items that are on my desktop won't appear when I'm using Stage Manager. And then I'm just going to leave this option to show windows from an application as all at once, and we'll say done. Now, there are other ways to do this. If I close that down, if I go up to Control Center, you'll see here is an option for Stage Manager. I can actually drag that and drop that in the menu bar as well. So I can go from here and just quickly switch it on or switch it off, and also get access to my settings as well. Now, there is another way to do it. You can set up a keyboard shortcut. So again, if I go back into System Settings, just do a quick search for keyboard. Go to keyboard shortcuts, and then under mission control, it's pretty much hidden actually, but under mission control, there's an option here to turn Stage Manager on and off. So if I just go in there, I'm going to set mine to Shift Control S. So now if I use that keyboard shortcut, Shift Control S, it's currently switched on, press it once, it turns dim, so that means it's off. I can switch it back on straight away. You mightn't find Stage Manager to be particularly good for everything that you do, so you might want a quick way to switch it on and switch it off again. Right, now that it is switched on though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the desktop, and you'll see straight away that the System Settings application window has now minimized and gone across to the left-hand side of the screen. This is called the thumbnail area. You can have like up to 6 different thumbnails depending on your screen resolution over on the side. Now, because I've clicked on the desktop, I'm in the Finder, so let's just do a Command N to get a new Finder window. So now to switch between the different windows, I can either go ahead and click on the thumbnail, and that brings the system settings to the fore, or I can click on the Finder again, or I can use the standard app switcher to switch between them. So Command and Tab, if I go back to System Settings, that comes to the fore. Command and Tab takes me back to the Finder. Let's go ahead and open Safari. So with the new application being opened, you'll see I have Safari now in the central area, and I have 2 thumbnails, one of the System Settings and one of the Finder across over in the thumbnail area. Again, if I click on either of these, those applications will actually come to the fore and the others will be minimized as thumbnails. Now, this motion might be a little bit off-putting to you. Let's go back to System Settings, but you can change that. If I go to Accessibility and Display, there's an option to reduce motion. Let me use the app switcher to switch between them. If I now go to the Finder, you'll see it's virtually instantaneous now, back to Safari, but without that motion. But if I'm perfectly honest, I quite like the motion. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off again. And then we can go back to Safari, say, and we're back at Safari. Now, if I didn't have Stage Manager switched on, and if I switch it off by Shift Control S, you'll see those windows are hidden. So I would have to start now moving windows around to see where they are, etc., and bring them up. But let me switch it back on again. That's just a quick preview of one of this week's Apple-related tutorials from Screencasts Online. Screencasts Online is your premium source of Apple-related video tutorials. All of our members get access to brand new, up-to-date tutorials each week, as well as unlimited access to our entire video archive full of Mac and iOS-related tutorials. You can stream and download all of our videos on your Mac, iPad and iPhone, and even your Apple TV using the members-only Screencasts Online Apple TV app. Membership also includes a complimentary subscription to the digital Screencasts Online monthly magazine, published each month and packed with videos, articles, reviews, as well as hints and tips covering all aspects of the Mac, iPad, iPhone, and all of the other fantastic Apple products. So, if you're ready to start getting the most out of your Apple devices, visit screencastsonline.com today and become a Screencasts Online member.